Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
There are many demons, but there's only one.
Electro Demon.
They are nested with sin. Free them, that they may know my...
The Last of Us 2 came out in 2020 exclusively for the PlayStation 4. It's a continuation of the story and its sequel, the first Last of Us game, which was a massive success for Sony and its developer, Naughty Dog. Did this sequel deliver? Well, stick with this review to find out.
Yara! Where is the other apostate?
It's a hard game to talk about. It had many controversies prior to its release and post-release due to graphical lesbian and SJW propaganda. It's one of the reasons why I didn't want to play it for a long time. In reality, now that I've completed it, I can say with full confidence that this is a goddamn masterpiece. We'll talk about this lesbian and SJW alleged propaganda later. Let's talk about the story. Now, it's really hard to talk about the Last of Us Part 2 story without spoiling stuff, because it's a very story-heavy game. Basically, you play as Ellie in this post-apocalyptic zombie-infested world in which Ellie is immune to the sickness. In the first game, Joel saved Ellie, sorta, and bonded with her. Now, certain things happen to Joel and you're on your way to avenge his death. Then later you play as Abby, a bulky, muscly girl that was a firefly. Let's say Ellie and Abby have a common link, and that's what brings them together. Sorta. This is a basic synopsis of the story that I can tell you without treading into spoiler territory too much. Both characters are written phenomenally, and honestly, Naughty Dog is just a studio way ahead of other developers when it comes to developing characters and general storytelling. It's masterclass. There are other characters, of course, you'll meet, and they're all acted and executed exceptionally well. This is a story about love, revenge, and letting go. Very emotional and also brutal, because the world you're currently inhabiting is extremely brutal and vicious. I love the story in this game. There are scenes of lesbian activity, and Abby's character is just a joke in my opinion. She's basically built like a man, which is ridiculous. Then there's a bit of transgender stuff at the end of the game. I don't like this stuff, but it's done and executed great, so there's that. It's not like the media was saying, this is a pure SJW fest and gay fest. It's really not. It touches those subjects, but this is not the central plot point. When it comes to gameplay, The Last of Us Part 2 is just on another level. Naughty Dog perfected the linear game formula to absolute perfection. It's tight, vicious, and highly enjoyable. Doesn't matter whether you play as Ellie or Abby, most of the gameplay is the same for both characters. This is a linear game with some elements of open world, but it's a linear game in reality. And there's nothing wrong with this. I just wish there are more linear games with this level of polish on the market. You're gonna be killing zombies, clickers, fungi-infested bigger zombies, and human opponents in the form of bandits, scars, and military personnel of sorts. There's stealth, where you sneak up to the enemy and grab him to stealthily put him down. You can even grab them from the front for a brief duration of time. You can throw a brick in their face to stun them and then grab the enemy for a fast kill without using bullets. You can hide in tall grass, behind counters, etc. When it comes to firearms and combat, it's really good. There's the shotgun, pistol, magnum, flamethrower, bow and arrow, sniper rifle, Molotov cocktails, machine gun, trap mines, etc. The combat is awesome and the enemy AI is really good. They'll try to flank you, flush you, and outmaneuver you. It's a great combat system. You'll be scavenging houses for items, ammunitions, and collectibles. You can use items you find in the world to craft useful stuff. Crafting is the pillar of this game. You can craft Molotov cocktails, trap mines, health kits, even some ammunition later on. I never felt like I had too much ammo. The game always keeps you on your toes and you need to scavenge and conserve your ammo as much as possible, at least on the normal difficulty. You can also find safes. There's this one, for instance, where I found a note saying the combination, but the last 2 digits were missing. The combo was a phone number of a girl. Then you go inside a bathroom and you see a writing on the wall. Call Lori for a good time and her full phone number. I like this stuff. There's plenty more puzzles like this. You can also upgrade your guns via these special tables you find throughout the game. You do this by collecting upgrade parts for weapons. There's also a skill tree where you upgrade using pills you also find throughout the game. It's interesting that some skill trees remain locked until you find a training manual in the world. That's a nice organic way to unlock parts of the skill tree. The gameplay is really awesome and the combat tight, both with human and zombie enemies. To finish the campaign, it's gonna take you around 23 hours to complete. It's currently on sale on PlayStation Network and in my opinion it's worth every penny. Graphically speaking, The Last of Us 2 is a swan song of the PlayStation 4. It's easily the best looking game on the console. Animations, environments, facial expressions are just a masterclass of its own. It's a big production game and it shows. I'd say the world is a bit static because there really is no advanced physics system. Everything is glued in the world. But it's like this with most new games. I played this on the PlayStation 5 via backwards compatibility and everything worked great. Minor hiccups and falling through the world geometry once or twice during the course of the game, but it's nothing game breaking. Officially, this is a PlayStation 4 game and there's no remaster or official PlayStation 5 version of the game. But like I said, it can be played on the PlayStation 5 without any problems. Sound design is also a strong point of this game. It's mixed extremely well and the soundtrack is fitting to the game. A lot of acoustic guitar chords, ambiental and orchestral stuff. Nothing to complain here. The main theme is also great and you'll play the guitar yourself when playing with Ellie. The Last of Us Part 2 is an insanely good game. Really, a masterpiece. Don't believe all the things you hear on the internet about SJW propaganda in this game. I don't like that shit too, but it's not the central point of the plot.
Got it. Come on.
This is honestly one of the best games I've played. The production values in all departments of the game is through the roof. Hopefully we'll get a sequel. If I had to give a score to this game, I'd give it 9.1 out of 10.
What's it gonna be?
If it is him, he'll be gone by the time we get there. Abby is where he'll be headed, so if we just
What if
fall,
he's in trouble?
he can take care of himself.
Jesus Christ.
The best way to help Tony is to go after Abby. You do this, I'm not saving your ass again.